In this video, I am going to compare the Intel's Core i7-6700 with i7-5775C. The 6700 is the newer Skylake processor launched recently, and Broadwell is an year-old processor launched in the second quarter of 2015. But newer always does not mean better, as we will see in the integrated graphics later. But before that, let's take a look at the quick spec on these two processors. Both of them are quad core. They support hyper-threading, and the clock frequency for the Skylake processor is slightly faster at 3.4 GHz versus 3.3 GHz, and the max turbo clock is faster. It goes up from 3.7 GHz to 4 GHz. So that should make Skylake slightly faster than the Broadwell on the paper, at least. Also because it's a slightly better architecture, not much, because we have seen the Skylake does not improve upon even the older Haswell. So I'm skeptical if Skylake would be like a percentage or so faster in this case. So other specs are also same, though we see a higher 8 MB cache versus 6 MB cache for Broadwell, and the reason it looks like it's for the cache memory, I think it has to do with the integrated graphics. The Broadwell has a much better integrated graphics, the Iris Pro 6200 versus the ST Graphics 530. The Iris Graphics 6200 is 50% faster than the ST Graphics 530, and that's one reason if you are looking for a better integrated graphics performance, I would recommend Broadwell. You'll see the numbers later, but before that, a couple of more things. The Skylake uses DDR4 that works at 1.2 volt versus Broadwell working at DDR3 at 1.5 volt, which means the Skylake will be saving you more power consumption, not much but a little bit, which may not be very significant for the desktop, but something you will keep in your mind. That's most of it. Both of them are 14 nanometer process, and there's one more improvement in Skylake. We have a processor, the bus connecting the processor to the chipset is faster, which means that the transfer to the multiple PCI Express lanes would be faster. It goes up from 5 giga transfer per second to 8 giga transfer per second. You may or may not notice it depending on if your data traffic from the processor to the PCI Express it goes beyond the 5 giga transfer per second. Looking at the pass mark score, we have i7-5775C at 10,821, and the pass mark score for i7-6700 is 10,057, slightly different from what we were thinking, and one of the reasons could be i7-5775C has integrated graphics, and the benchmark, this benchmark score take into account the graphics performance as well to give you an overall number. But more or less both of them, the bottom line is Skylake is slightly faster, even though the benchmark says otherwise. I will say it's slightly faster than the Broadwell because it has more cache, more higher clock frequency, same number of cores, and slightly improved architecture. That's why I would say Skylake is slightly faster. But if you are looking at the integrated graphics and overall performance, then Broadwell could be better because it has 50% jump in the graphics performance with Iris Pro 6200. I hope it helps you. Thanks for taking a look.